Welcome back to IPCPR 2017 with Cigar Federation. I'm Tripp, here with Robert Holt, Southern Draw Cigars. You've got a bunch of stuff to talk about here. You're in your very own booth, and you've done... Let's start off by talking about the recent packaging updates for the core line.
Let's do that. Of course, here we are at the show. This was an opportunity for us to showcase not necessarily a package redesign, but an update, if you will. Yeah. We maintain the integrity of the boxes, the vertical presentation, split top, but after 3 years, talking to retailers and consumers, media that all gave feedback, constructive feedback, we did go with a more colorful approach. So we tried to take the color of the main bands, emulate those into the box color or the box stain. In some cases, we used gold foil and better cliches to identify the brand in a humidor depending on where we are. Different elevation, different light conditions. Some humidors are open, some are glass cabinets. We're very mindful of that, but it created a unique identity for every one of the 7 blends that we have on the market. And the second thing we did was we updated the bands a little bit, if you notice. We kept the integrity of the kudzu and firethorn, but more color coordinated between the main band and the secondary band, so that in the past, Southern Draw had one main band. Yeah. And I think, again, it's hard to distinguish because a lot of people, the first thing to do is take off the secondary band. Yeah. So we were left with one band to identify all the blends. So working with Cigar Rings and the Esteli factory and Sancho and Starkey, which have done a great job for a variety of manufacturers, we changed a couple of color schemes on the main and secondary bands. We also added more foil. So there's more layers there, and as you can see, it really pops. It'll merchandise well, I think, for everybody. So we're excited to share that.
Great, and you've also got you've had a couple of things that have fully released since the last show, the Rose of Sharon, sure. Jacob's Ladder. First, tell us about the Rose of Sharon.
Well, again, the Rose of Sharon was an Easter release, and that was not ironic. It was well planned. Again, not only the biblical aspect of Rose of Sharon that we try to pay attention to, but a little homage, a little respect for Sharon as she runs this company, and she doesn't get to be out with customers as much as I do, and I think she needs to be appreciated and people need to understand. And after 21 years, I can tell you that her presence in this business is the only reason we're here. You know, that little medium-bodied Connecticut, this show on Tuesday morning marked the second release. We sold out of the first release. Wow. We were able to share some with the various members of the media and the retailers. But the second release, we did update that band, of course, to signify that. The one thing that we can announce is, in addition to the Robusto, Toro, and Gordo, the fall spring release will include the Lancero.
Oh, you're speaking my language.
Right. So that's 6.5 40, much like we did with the kudzu and the firethorn previously. We started with the Robusto, Toro, Gordo. On 4th Street, we always have that Lancero. So that's going to be exciting to share in the fall for the Rose of Sharon blend.
Great. And then Jacob's Ladder. I haven't smoked it yet. I'm very excited to try it. It sounds right up my alley. Tell us about that.
You know, again, I'm going to go back to our kudzu and firethorn. Those are really telling the story of my military career and survival, and we've talked a little bit about it over the years. And the new blends, Rose of Sharon and Jacobs, and everything we do in the future is really going to go back to our family, our faith, and the people that we trust and rely on. So Rose of Sharon, that's a no-brainer. Jacob's Ladder is really our son, Ethan Jacob. He's a 16-year-old. He does support this company very well, but more importantly, he's a fine young man. He's a big, strong, bold lad, much like the blend, and that we'll talk about in a moment, but he also is a very complex and very subtle, very faithful young man as well. So exciting. It's something he didn't know about, and this is a kid that's been to the factory and spent time with AJ and the team, and what we came back from was Ethan's impression of how we take care of families, how what we do, every check that we write impacts the families in the Central and South America, and the roles that they play at our brand. So this is a double Maduro, double Ligero. It's a firecracker. It's Pennsylvania, Connecticut broadleaf double wrap. It's Esteli and Jalapa Ligero. But again, it's not the big peppery Dominican powerhouse, which there's a time and place for those. We all know they're very popular. This is more of a meaty, rich, sit next to the barbecue grill and the smoke kind of wafts across your face and you smell that salt and pepper. and your mouth waters a little bit, and you get hungry. So it's a very meaty cigar, and we launched it this week in the Robusto Toro Gordo, as we always do. So it's going to be a great addition. The Rose filled the spectrum on the left as a mild medium, and this is no doubt a full body, full flavor cigar by anybody's standards.
Like I said, it sounds right up my alley. So you have been a busy man this show. Every time we walk by, it's packed with people. It's packed right now. How's the show been going for you? Obviously well.
It's doing well, and we're blessed. And first and foremost, our family's here. If they're wearing a Southern Draw shirt or wearing black, with the exception of my blue, because I wanted to change colors today, that means they're family. That means they have contributed time and resource and money in a variety of ways. So that was a blessing to have them here, to see what we do and how we do it and how we interact with the media and the customers. We've been blessed with orders, current accounts, new accounts. We've been blessed by the fact that not only has the media shared, but some of the other manufacturers have sent some of their loyal customers to us and said, we think they're to a position where Southern Draw is going to continue to grow. They're going to be around. Take away the concern that they're not going to be here, because we weren't here last year. It hurt us. But what people need to realize is not being here last year saved us. Our salvation as a brand relied on the commitment we made from March to August 5th of last year and what we did. So, we still don't know what the future holds for the FDA and deeming regs. We see a lot of progress. We have a lot of hopes, but I can tell you it was the best thing we ever did. But the show's going well. We anticipated the growth in a sense that we didn't increase our production for the show. But we wanted to dance with the one that brung us, which means maintain our growth, find new partners in new markets, new representation. We're going to have some exciting news coming in the next week or so as we add more representatives of the company and more people I get to travel with and share cigars with. But it's been good for us. I mean, as you can see, it's if nothing else, not everybody here is buying cigars, Tripp. A lot of people are here, as we say, sit on our patio, rest your feet, kick back, have a cigar, have a beer, take a breath, because we're right by the back door, and when you get energized, take off again.
Well, I've heard a lot of people say this week, it's not about the work you do at the show, it's about 6 months leading up to the show. Right. And, I mean, that kind of comes into the people just hanging out here. Those are going to be customers next year.
We hope
hopefully.
They are. We tell people, we say either they're current customers or the ones that haven't told us yes or no yet. Yeah. Either way, they're welcome here. If they've said no, that's okay. Hang out. We're people persons, right? And this just is really an emulation of how we all hang out.
It's great.
In our own homes, right?
All right. Well, thanks very much for joining us. Really appreciate your time. I'd shake your hand, but it's full of beer and cigars.
Hey, that's a priority as usual. I thank you guys. Cigar Federation's been friends of Southern Draw from day one, all the way from the Great White North up in Canada, all the way out to California and into Texas. So we enjoy it. We love it. We appreciate spending time with you guys, and thanks, and hope you had a great show too.
Oh, it's been great so far. Thanks for watching Cigar Federation. Keep it on our channel on YouTube.